Hello everybody, I'm Tashi, and welcome to the adventures in the TARDIS, with me and Quill in the background.
Hi, Takashi. I have some questions now. What does Bamboo's cutie mark represent, which I've now noticed is a crescent moon with a comet pass in front of it?
It depends on when do we see that.
Well, what did he realize about himself when he first got it?
It's funny, in the beginning it was just a magical moment that, oh yeah, I got my cutie mark.
He didn't know why?
No. So you know one thing that is very apparent later on, that he is not a pony. He is a changeling.
Well, this picture helps to kind of illustrate that, unless that's a funky disguise.
I mean, changeling can do that.
Yeah, they can. Maybe they can. They can fake any cutie mark they want. They might even put it on, let's say, a griffin if they wanted to. Alright, let's go ahead and switch over to your face cam.
Do I have a face? Oh no! I have a face!
I
Mom will
wanted to
change
say
it to human.
a couple things about this chapter here. First of all, it is the shortest chapter of this arc, and the second shortest chapter of the entire novel so far. When I first typed this one up, I thought with concern it was so short that I was considering to combine it to the next chapter. Because back in the day, I'm still posting one chapter per week, and I thought this one might have been too short to be satisfying, which was why I was considering to attach it to the beginning of the next chapter. But it's so unrelated to what happens next that it really does deserve to be on its own. As far as the title itself is concerned, you ever heard of the term pillow talk?
What?
Pillow talk.
Oh, pillow! I had Pamela dog. But yeah, I have.
I have heard it too, but I didn't know exactly what it meant when I first was typing this up, so I looked it up and discovered the definition is almost perfect for the content of this chapter, except for one thing. The characters didn't have sex first. It's the only thing that's off. Otherwise, the rest of the definition is 95% a match.
I mean, they
And it's,
don't have to have. It can be the friendly pillow talk as well.
and Cloudbag is like a version of a sleeping bag, except it's made of clouds.
Yeah, I got that together.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I did ask if it's gonna be a nighttime story.
Yeah, I went ahead and confirmed it because I don't really think it's a spoiler.
No, it's gonna be on the daylight. I mean, we don't
Just
even know if they have a moon or not. It, it might be the same planet, but who knows?
I believe they do, but the mirror on the moon is not there yet. This is like way before that.
Or what if they have multiple moons, which got destroyed during the time period? We don't know that.
That would be doubly interesting. Frankly, it would make it seem like it's another planet in that case.
I mean, that happened
But
with Earth as well. Remember? In one of the
but
episodes?
if they do have two moons and somehow they confirm it is their native planet, then that already tells them that something happened to the extra moon eventually.
Yeah? I remember that episode, but wait, what are multiple moons? No, those are not moons. Those are the planets getting closer.
I remember Starbreeze actually asking about the ancient ages and how did they get the sun and the moon to rotate when Celestia and Luna hasn't existed yet. And I believe Feather made the mention that back then they rotated on their own for some reason. And then he went ahead and reversed the question. Like, actually, maybe it's a better question to ask how required a person to rotate it later on. Why did that happen when it was totally independent before?
There is one question I will literally ask Luna.
What's that? Oh, Luna. Okay.
Yeah.
for
How
it.
was it on the moon? Were you actually on the moon or in the moon or what actually happened?
Well, I could picture her rolling her eyes and say I slept a lot. Wasn't much else to do. Because besides, she could do a lot in her dreams.
Because in my mind there is one Mikatel in Equestria. The sky is fake. And the sun and the moon are just illusions.
Imagine prancing among moon dust, and right behind you the moon dust is trailing down slowly because of less gravity.
Ooh. I mean, that would be beautiful or something.
Yeah, I could picture that. Where it actually glows, even the moon dust, as it floats up in the air and steadily comes down slowly.
And I would fly up slowly and never come back down.
Maybe they have unique gems up on the moon that is not native, not
Nah.
native to not only Equestria but the entire planet.
There's no gems on the moon, only cheese.
Which someone looked this up once, but I don't know the name of the planet that Equest is on. I used to think that was the name of the planet.
I don't know. I said in the Equestria is just Earth in the pony form. But who knows? The writers know. No one else. But yeah, we are here for a pillow talk. Inside the tribe. So I'm gonna use the sword called Quiet Moments.
Yeah, go for it.
Let's see. What kind of theme are we going on about? Adventure in the TARDIS, Part 12. Cloudbag talk. Filming and serving us peacefully. Up in the sky with an innocent pair of makeshift clouds stepping back as he forged. Well, so much for knowing the way of not using any kind of mythical and magical thing.
Well, I wouldn't even call that a spell. It's more like an ability that Feather has, and he didn't use technology to pull that off.
He didn't use technology, but it's still something that they cannot do.
Yeah.
Which button? No, I guess it's still fine. It's more natural.
Mm-hmm.
From there, they both gained up at the sparkling night sky. In mountains so far, a vain attempt to fall asleep. I mean, it is still a matter of looking up at the night sky than looking at the ceiling of an actual building.
Oh, yeah. Even if it was a cloudy night, if you're resting on top of the clouds, there should be nothing obstructing your vision to the stars.
Yeah. Coming to the merchants definitely.
Kind of means cautiously.
Cautiously,
Or nervously,
shyly,
yeah.
nervously, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah? It's funny when you say, yeah? Yeah, so slowly. Are you a seatbelt? Yes.
Read her reply.
Answer timidly. I know it's not a... I know you are not asleep because you answered me, but... Can you... Are you about to fall asleep? It means... And that's about pause.
It's something like, "Are you too sleepy to talk right now?"
Yeah. There's nothing about pause with me before she answers sarcastically. Why, yes, father. Yes, I am. I'm talking to you right now in my sleep. How are you? But that's not an amusement. But immediately starts silent. He covers his mouth with a hoof, and he goes quietly. He thinks father told him last night that his behavior ages ago. Nothing would definitely make him a so proud of disapproval from back and even before. But here in the time, they will just laugh with you and say, come join us with drink with us.
Yeah, basically.
You don't have to hide anything from me, said Assured. I will get you. Thank you for the link. Ah! So something can read mine as well. In a way, that's part of my point. But I expected after he called back down, lowered his hoof from his mouth, and pulled up the edge of his scout sleeping bag, closer to the edge of his neck than most of his hooves. I don't know why. This came to mind.
I don't know either. Like,
This would be funny if he did that. I mean, it's fine, so I'm not on to judge.
Mm-hmm.
He is up,
Okay,
and
so-
yeah, he is up at the start. And as his yellow eyes sparkled with wonder. I think I'm probably not. Was I restarting? I think I'm still accustomed. There is so much freedom. So much of my old habits can linger. I mean, depends if your habits are good or bad. I left you alone in nature for 8 moons straight, and so marched back a little forcefully. That wasn't enough for you? You went away from any Polish judgment. More so than ever. I was comfortable with my dad. I'm
I
curious.
don't think you didn't quite read that sentence right. More so than I was comfortable with back then. I think you added a word "then" in there somewhere, towards somewhere in the middle. All right,
No, I said even. More so than
Okay.
even.
all right. During that 8 months, if you recall, they were occasionally keeping touches with each other through wind messages.
Yeah. And then
She
he
and
sent a big message and everyone died in the rest here.
well, she insists to receive it at least once a day to make sure he's okay.
Yeah, Mom, I'm okay.
Mm-hmm.
I know. And that happened, but besides, all habits die hard. Especially the ones probably passed on me. Part of me still expects I wake up in my father's mansion tomorrow morning. Especially compared to how incredibly ridiculous reality has been lately. I mean, look where we are, son. He rides with a gas wave of a sky blue roof above him. Floating up here in the sky of a remote village in the ancient past of our world. Traveling through time and the stars and he said no with a sigh and pulling his cloudbag up again. Yes, I don't know how to process all of this lately. Even if my circumstances are good, like they have been lately, I still find it difficult to accept sometimes. After a short pause, he asked, "You know how it is, don't you?" It has been remarkable lately, Tommy admits. According to my habit, I like to stay grounded, resolute. That is who I am in my surroundings. But lately, I will admit that I'm being quite a challenge. Just look at me now. I'm in the sky. I'm not grounded.
Right.
Thank you for joining me up here, son. But I thought so gratefully. I know I can do for myself alone. And I am not in nature. In what now feels like another move to go. Still, I gave it to you for keeping company tonight. This one always comes like a random chance. Don't mention it. Just a misconception on this pistol. As she turns to her side, goes to her eyes, and throws in her bag. I know you are still accustomed to hanging around this think out. Maybe you should go to think out. You used to grow up in a mansion surrounded by iron gates and armed guards after all. Funny enough, we are going back to the multiverse where Halloween is literally Weiss' knee.
Yeah, I guess they are kind of similar, huh?
You should have a mint before tasting. I think I wonder if you will ever taste anything else other than the silver spoon in your mouth. Hey! Silver spoon is mine, says Diamond. We still don't know what silver spoon's talent is, by the way.
Probably just being rich. That's kind of what the silver spoon means.
So, she's metal.
That everything is such high class quality that even the spoon is worth a lot.
Oh, maybe she's a poison taster.
I believe the term means pure silver too.
Yeah? I mean, literally, they use silver just to show poison out. In poison tasting. So, the two possible talents she has is poison tasting or she's metal.
I have heard of that, where old ancestors from like the 1800s or so used to clean water by dropping a clunk of silver into their jar of water.
Yeah, maybe.
If it works, I don't know how that it does. It makes like the toxic chemicals heavier, maybe, and it drips to the bottom or something.
I don't know how it works. I didn't learn that much chemistry. And I guess, well, certain cannot mix poison, so.
Yeah.
I might have to eventually, by running out here. And urgent seriously. Let's be a pair time, or someday we might not have a choice. At least I won't. Also, we are literally learning that now that he always had a silver spoon in his mouth. Not literally. Literally, he always had a silver spoon in his mouth.
Yeah, that's a figure of speech.
I know.
She's kind of asking, will you ever get used to any standards below the best?
No, that was distinguishing feature. He was going on. Yeah. Like in the Western, they always have a gas not in their mouth. I mean, we even have a pony here who always has something like that. Candy, who always has a candy in her mouth.
Lollipop. You said Kelly always has a Kelly in her mouth?
No, candy.
Okay.
No, we won't. You were right the first time. But I like, and go wherever you go. I'm not letting you go far out of my side again. If I can help it. Next time, I mean it. And the time from me. I know you want to protect me. You care so much. Do you know the term, yonder?
A little bit, yeah.
Stan is coming very much closely to that term. He is not yet. Because there hasn't been anything happening to Thunderwind.
Well, would you have to be more possessive for that to fit the definition better? More jealous, I guess? If anything else comes out of him?
Yeah, but luckily there hasn't been any other pony who tried to get a little bit too close to Thunder.
She did feel a little defensive over Trouble. And guarded in other ways, too. Like, I don't trust you because of what you are, but also because you seem to be interested in my boyfriend.
Yeah. I mean, even for Lang, in the very beginning, he was very tough. And I said, he didn't cross the line, but she is telling it. On the overprotectiveness.
Well, because of her first adventure, she kind of had a crush on the Doctor. Without openly admitting it.
So it's uncomfortable for some reason. You can't identify. Probably I literally just mentioned that reason. That makes the time to change the subject by asking. Do you really think Commander Versus is a Time Lord too? What? I mean, it's funny that Time Lord is not just not just a race, but also a title as well. So I assume Time Lord in a race, but not Time Lord in a class anymore.
Watching Doctor Who again for the classic Who, and this time actually watching the episodes I missed the first time because this site actually has the one you shared really does have all the episodes. Even the ones that were removed before are added in by either like fixed pictures and audio in the background, or they actually animated the missing footage. Anyway, I've gone through like middle of season 2, or no, I finished season 2 and up to season 3, and they still never mention the word Time Lord.
Yeah, I assume Time Lord is gonna be a new Doctor Who thing.
You could go all the way to season 3 and mistake the Doctor for another human who happens to come from another world called Gallifrey. I mean,
And
that's
have
it.
to watch. And have to watch.
No, they never mention that either. So far, he seems like a regular human that comes from the world named Gallifrey, and that's it. That's the only thing that's different about him. Like, not an alien at all. Because they didn't think that. When they first made the show, they never considered him an alien. Not until he had to leave the show, and they wanted to kind of protect his role to stay in it somehow because he was named after the show.
But yeah, it's probably added much later in the new series.
Yeah.
I didn't know that for certain, but I would say the evidence is mounting. And I replied, think back, Sam. You saw the way. Just slow smile. Those other opponents among those above acted. The commander stuck out like a sore hoof from there. It's amazing how much he was different compared to them. pretty sure even a Magi, I mean, full on Android money would see out as well. Is that your only evidence? Not as socially. I mean, at the moment, yes. The bonus problem. People asking her into the thought. Why are you so reluctant to believe he is? I mean, he doesn't have to be a Time Lord, he can be a companion that has been left behind. As well. I mean, we know the Doctor himself is leaving them in a safe place. More likely their own home planet and home time. But
Yeah, it's a
from
combination
where
of
this
things.
is coming, there are multiple Time Lords.
Right, from the Doctor's perspective, there's multiple things here. He knows that this time and era is unusually harmonious, so they're pretty well safe when it comes to that, but there is some dangers there. He also trusts them. He knows who Wit is going with them. Featherwind, Sternwing, Derpy, and the Daring Do, well, also Dr. Kelly. And he knows what they can do, so they can handle danger. And thirdly, he has to leave because he has to go to Daring's past and help coax her to become an adventurer in the first place.
Yeah, this might be also one thing that he might not have not foreseen. That there is another Time Lord here.
Yeah, that might be the case. Maybe he would have gone if he knew that was in play.
You will never expect the Starship mission. Or another Time Lord. Well, for one thing, I don't want to run the risk of accusing the pony of something he might be innocent of. Turn as well, I she turned to lying on her back and gave an offer and the start again. And suddenly, I expect the guy. I know that there is something normal about putting an emphasis on self-defense. Or trying to be prepared for danger. Did you forget that he was the one that made the danger in that scenario?
Yeah, that's what the Earthbound said, that he might have created the Chaos Beast.
I mean, we don't know for sure if they are right or not. They believe in their truth and their theory,
Right.
but they don't have proof.
And
Either.
that also could mean they're telling the truth as far as they know, but that doesn't mean it is the truth, necessarily.
For all we know, it might even be a third party involved. Or a fourth party.
Yeah, and the Earthbound didn't know that?
Yeah. Even the preparation involves getting monsters to fabricate an execute to transport it into its process. Logics. Also, I just remembered one thing. We are in the past.
Right.
And this guy is the father of all monsters.
He's also the goat.
Yeah? For all we know, he is...
You know what? From what we know of the monsters he has created, this is actually up his alley. The kind of amalgamation of mixed matched racial parts and various abilities, it does sound like him.
I mean, I even called that Niskan is one of them as well, and Trouble as well.
If he's there but not particularly well known, then the Earthbound and perhaps even those above may have pinned all the blame on the wrong target.
Yeah. Even if the preparation involves getting more
You read
sense,
that? You read all that?
it's fine. Apologize. The size irritably before replying. No, father. That is where I draw the line. Saying others to be prepared for danger is one thing, but actually creating the danger is something else. No. Sometimes if they know that you are creating the danger and actually putting them in actual scenario, it's a matter of training.
Like the holographic rooms in
Yeah.
the Justice Tower, or something like called the Danger Room in the X Mansion of the X Men.
I mean, that's why most every martial artist have their sparring sessions when they actually fight, but they still get injured most of the time. But this is a different thing when they literally let go of the monsters.
Yeah, he's creating hostile danger that won't hold back.
Yeah. I hate bullies, fella. You know what? I get a huge from eating putting opponent lives in danger. You have to make a point, or to more or less get others to join him, his army, under false pretenses. I besides, I guess I'm hoping he is innocent, because I think he's on something that's important. And the police up there were so like lazy about their personal defense. It bothers me that they don't care about something I regard as that important. Hey, don't worry. They don't only not care about that, they don't really care about anything else. From what I've seen.
Well, it's not that they don't care per se, but they're not concerned. They don't feel threatened by anything.
But again, it's funny that we were mentioning the Magi,
When
and
they, yeah,
then yesterday, while I was watching the same thing, but the Magi were actually there.
oh really?
Yeah, these Magi. I always mean, well, Wally.
Manuel, turn to next page, Manuel. What's wrong with this thing?
To me, that's the other people disaster eventually. We can't rely upon technology to solve our problems all the time. But if we could, then wouldn't me too. Because there's also major motivation for growth.
Like that example you were just talking about.
Yeah. And also, what do you refer to as technology?
Probably any device that's artificial meant to accomplish something. Um, and it could be magical technology too. It's just whatever is, artificial. It's supposed to do something.
It's funny, because literally, everything is technology. If you
Yeah, you
think
can say
about
that.
that. If
That's-
you give a
that's-
shovel to someone, that's to someone who have never seen a shovel before, they might think that, oh, how technologically advanced you are.
Oh yeah, some of the most primitive technology might be sticks and stones.
Yeah, it's their technology.
Mm.
So yeah, we can't rely upon modern technology to solve a lot of time, right?
Remember, she had italic on the word all, like using technology to solve all the time.
That's the one who is traveling in the TARDIS. The excellent for a man, in deep thought, on the sun breaks again. Let me ask you something, Pedro. In your personal opinion, which of these two societies would you prefer to live in, if you had to pick one? That is easy. I would go with the tribe.
I was about to ask you that if you didn't just answer that right away. And you made the answer I fully expected.
Because you said society.
Uh-huh.
And in the tribe society, everyone cares about each other. They are together in everything. They see each other.
They have to be.
In the village society, those NPCs are in my way. Which society is easier to live in? That is the upper one. But I would prefer the lower one.
Okay.
Wow! Also, there is only one society. There. The upper one is not a society. Those are individual ponies living their life with technology. Another society. Wow! And the, wow!
You're having trouble getting past that word in that paragraph.
No, I do have never. I don't know why he came into my mind immediately, and I heard that in my mind,
From that picture, I can see why it came to your mind.
But I could see spotlight behind his neck. Ah,
You had Starbreeze do that in that picture you drew.
not only Starmate, I even had Mumbo do that. In one of the in a lot of seasons.
Actually, it was one leg that was crossed under her neck for Starbreeze. You had the other hoof gesturing, like reaching up to above her.
Let me pull this up. You remember this one? If I can find him. I mean, even this one. Look at the pose that Fella is doing right now.
Yep. Though he's laying down.
That's the trophy, son. Because most of them are you. How so? Not asking your opinion, which heavily implies disagreement. I know there are reasons why you might be uncomfortable, and I feel out of place among those above, son. But I see a bigger picture than that. Yeah, if they become a charity, then it's a different thing, but they are not. And whenever there is a deep breath, as he gets out his thoughts, we were saying, there's nothing wrong with the life of peace and happiness, son. But they take it several steps further. They look at the stars, like we are doing tonight, and think to themselves, I wonder what's up there. And then they resolve themselves to find out. They investigate the telescope. Or heck, open even a spaceship in order to fly out up there and find out for themselves. They are driven by curiosity and scientific pursuit. They are very advanced mathematics. They can geometry, arcade here, and the whole 9 yards. All of it to have them answer some of the most important questions in our lives. Such as, what is the meaning of life? Who am I? And what my place in this universe? That's literally the same. What even is the universe? How does it work exactly? Further, I'm sad to say that you and me have seen different ponies up there. Because the ponies up there do not do any of these. The ponies before them, the magi before them, who invented those things, they were, yeah. If you ask me if I would go with the early magi, then yes, I would. But these ones, no. They are too advanced at the moment and they don't take care about anything else. The thing I might find most admirable about them, son, is that merely asking those questions isn't enough for them. Instead, they are proactive in their efforts to uncover those answers. And where did you see this? When they do, they keep record of their discoveries, so they can pass on that knowledge to the next generation. As such, any discovery that they make doesn't just benefit the individual pony, but the race and the whole emerald world. So, like the Daleks. It's phenomenal progress for the entire species. They just keep moving forward, keep reaching ever higher, and forget about their beliefs that they can do it. Yeah, you are literally describing the Daleks, not the Magi. The Daleks are proactive in their effort to uncover those answers. And they go on ever onward and always progressing on the higher being for the entire species. The Magi are stagnant. Even now. They are like, yeah, with this, we are at peace. We don't have to do anything now. I would say, at this moment, there are still probably individuals who are thinking differently. That are proactive. They are learning new things. But only the minority. But he shakes his head before he goes on to say, but it's because I know sometimes also crosses limits on themselves, and crosses the world. There's a limited view of proof. Anything like, it can be done, or that's impossible. Or even if it could be done, we are not wanting to learn it. Ah, that literally reminds me of the math problem. I'm pretty sure, I hope you have heard about that, right? That in one university, the student was asleep, multiple students were asleep during the class, and the teacher literally put an impossible math equation on it, on the table.
The Fibonacci equation?
I don't know which one was it. But one of the students actually solved it, because he didn't know it was impossible.
I think that was what it's called. Anyway, the name rings a bell to me.
Yeah, so if you don't know it's impossible, you might be able to do it. Do never push all of the nonsense aside It is coming to the goal without a restraint. Without restraining beliefs to bring them down. And yet, they will moral compass on them too, for most part. I don't see any team attempt to do anything heinous among any of those that I saw. Even Commander Mason did not seem totally morally dark. No, he is very morally gray. Just like the Doctor. Just like every Talon that I have seen. Even the Master is not morally dark.
I would say he's very dark, but not completely black. There are some spots of nobility in him too. He seems especially fond of the Doctor.
Yeah?
Yeah, you can see hints of friendship in there. Which makes an interesting dynamic between those two. Where they could be against each other without totally hating each other.
So he has true magic.
Hmm.
Real fancy magic, you know.
Right.
That's how it smells. Sadly, you know. That's true. Kind of look. They are explorers, Tom. No, they are not. And then goes on and continues to pass about those above. And I deeply admire that they can do it in the right way. It takes their time and in themselves in their journey. But they are never content to socialize either. What is out there? Is an obsessive question to them on some level. And it's a delight for me to see them have so many options to pursue that dream. And the Earthbound has asked to shift the subject in line with the fashion she personally identified and is more interested in. What's better in momentary quiet, and in my shift gears and information in a new direction, before saying. The Earth mode is very authentic, very true to the stars. And that is why they are the first society we have ever encountered. Ever since setting home on the TARDIS. See? You agree with me. This is the first society we have encountered. So even Feather doesn't count the Magi and a society.
He didn't finish the sentence.
I was still setting home for the TARDIS. To have Cutie Mark awakening. No, it doesn't matter. It's still the first society they encountered.
Okay.
They might have immigrant many times beyond that. I expect and identify with the fact that they are willing to live so close to nature. They mess up as time they gather in that. They are rooted as strong. They stand tall, most inwardly and not fondly. They face adversity with quiet dignity. They gaze ever outward on things like the rising and setting of the sun, the waves of the ocean. What ocean? You have never mentioned the ocean. You were on a plane that mountainous area.
Yeah, they not encountered the ocean, but I think he's still describing the way they would.
I know. I'm just kidding, by the way.
And they also do wander around.
I mean, they are nomadic creatures, but yeah.
Uh-huh.
Have I ever heard any nomadic tribe going into the ocean? Not really. Because the ocean was salty water, it's not good. You can't take it.
I think I've seen one in modern age, about a family that lives on a boat permanently.
I imagine the normal nomadic tribes.
Yeah, seems pretty rare.
But you can see, look at the ocean. We can of firelight in the night. or the twinkle of the stars in the sky above the sky, and believe wholeheartedly that they are gazing at something sacred. No, there are millions of fuck counts. I say that. For some reason, this came to mind again.
Yeah, they were pretty contemplative during that moment. I was surprised to learn Akuma Matata really is a saying in Africa. I did not know that they commonly said that. And that's why they said in the movie the real country was saying that first.
Yeah, I mean, into the reference to that.
Instead of that, what I thought it was a term Timon and Pumbaa made up themselves, just some random word that they decided means be calm and take things, chill out.
You know what this proves?
Hmm.
In the Lion King, there are humans. And Timon and Pumbaa have heard it from the African tribes.
Yeah, could be.
I mean,
Back then, the Disney Animation Studio really did their research, and that was one detail I didn't know for years was an actual thing in Africa until I saw another pair of travelers called Nate and Kara who were visiting that country in some kind of the largest waterfall in the world in terms of width. Um, and their guide was saying that right out of the blue, and I realized that, oh my god, they really do say that in the country, and I don't think it was because of the Lion King movie.
I
That
mean,
they
yeah,
said it first, and they did so much research for Lilo and Stitch as well about what it's like to be in Hawaii, particularly during a certain decade. They really paid attention to detail to levels that was far beyond what I thought,
Ohana
and I
means
respect.
family.
Yeah,
Oh
they
yeah,
didn't invent that word in the movie.
I knew I have
Um,
to watch the new live action movie. I don't think it's gonna be good, but I still wanna watch it.
yeah, it there's going to be changes, just to warn you, but probably on the level that you would most expect.
Yeah.
Instead of that, the new How to Train Your Dragon live action movie, I heard, is the most identical iteration ever made to the animation. Frame by frame, scene by scene, line by line, everything is almost a perfect copy, and they did it deliberately. They outright admitted that.
And that is the way to go. And that was unintended fun. But
Alright, let's go for it.
deep in the eyes, I see the most mature sword I have ever encountered. Somehow seeming ancient and wise enough to make me feel like a fool again, laying upon them. The stars? Yeah.
The Earthbound. He's still talking about the Earthbound.
Oh. What's their technology? They make up for a spirit. And there is something to do to that. They see depth reality around them, like anything else I've encountered before. I can tell how deeply admire that. That's the way my soul has ever been pulled something. That's the way I want to live my life. Authentically and deeply. So if that's the way you want to live, then why did you say you would choose the other one?
Oh, he didn't say preference yet. He said he's describing traits he admires about both of them so far.
So with unshakable moral integrity, these simple truths and turn into something amazing. Relish in the simple joys of things, like playing and laughing together. sharpening their spears for a hunt, then gaze out into the horizon. The focus as they gaze, just to make a station out for a cover for the game. I mean, literally, you are describing this. Even the difference is that she has a move, not a spear.
And that which they're hunting has mechanical parts too, right?
Yeah?
Okay. Hold those spears where you left off. 3 lines.
I
from the
know,
bottom.
I'm just trying to find it.
Okay.
They hold those spears close to them, and the evil appears inside them. Today, this is who I am. Another mark shall be torn from my flesh. Let the hunt begin. So, to finally answer your initial question, Tom, I think my answer would be most excited. No, my answer would be my own. If I were to live...
that was not the question she asked. Which of these two societies would you prefer to live in? The question didn't imply a third option, but maybe you'd still answer that way.
There is the answer of neither. Also, saying most is a cop-out. If I were to live in this world and die permanently, then I would want the freedom to live back and forth between them, and I choose. Nah, that's not the way. Because then you will be in either one. The Earthbound would look down upon you because you are going off to use technology, and the Magi would look down upon you because you are one of the Earthbounds.
Primitives.
Yeah. I want to live life on my own terms, gather the best strength of both societies, and use them to enhance the other. At least the quality of my personal life. The middle path is always my path and my strongest. A place where I have equal range to all possibilities, so none, or less, or most. Even if I have to trust that path alone, it is the only answer I can give that can still be me. Now, try to answer this phenomenon. Do you want to follow the law or not? I don't know. Maybe I want to, maybe I don't. So we like this with tears. Let's listen to this to a friend. That also makes her eyes sparkle. As she continues to gaze up into the night sky. But in another minute's speech, she felt compelled to crawl up into a cloud sleeping bag. Enough to reach his forehead on the side. On the side of his horn, the color of his hand, color of her hand beside his. I don't know why I thought that he didn't take color in his hand. I love you, Hannah. Is it before or after the gentleman live version?
After what? Before after what?
Where they actually sat into each other and they love each other.
I don't recall if this was the first time, but they have acted affectionately with each other's company before. Sometimes it's just without words, and sometimes it doesn't need it.
I love you, Panda, I said in a deeply admiring tone. I deeply admire the depth in which you see reality. For some reason, I think you are a lot closer to that which you admire. Oh. Ah. But you still didn't answer my question. You come out. Like, what would you like to eat? Would you want pancakes or crepes? I know it's the same thing, but that is
Starlight, how would you like to have honeysuckles for breakfast? I would prefer a sandwich. Oh no, what should we do?
So yeah, we on this panel cannot answer any questions right. If he has to choose, he's like, oh yeah, yeah. He wouldn't be a good attorney for sure.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Your Honor, my defendant is defendant guilty, but I don't know if he killed the man or not. I believe there's a possibility.
What do you plead? Guilty or innocent? Both, Your Honor.
Most, yeah. Everyone is guilty in their own mind. Quill is joining us when I am ending. Hi. And I have good news for you, Quill. One, I am fine. Two, the reactions are coming back.
Reactions to what?
The two Batman and Ruby as well.
Okay.
I had compared issues. You might not know
Okay.
because the reading session don't have compared issues.
Yeah, I didn't know that. But yeah, these readings at least gave you something to do in the interim.
Yeah, I was sad that on YouTube there is this thing that you are guilty until proven otherwise. And if you are compared site, you can do anything until the timer runs out. Even if the compared site is false.
Were you able to react to some of the fan content stuff still? I think that was also non-copyrighted. Like the court case thing? That was a crossover with Bunnies, I forgot what it's called.
No, it was this month when this happened. So
Okay.
and you can see there was literally no episode uploaded for this season.
Okay.
It was fast, not very color.
Anyway, what did you think of the chapter? It was a shorter chapter.
It was nice, although as I said, Heather cannot answer any question. He is literally my sister. My sister does the same. I asked her what is the time and she says, I like pancakes.
Okay.
This is literally what Heather did. You might ask the question, this guy what the question was, and then answer not the question, and then not answer the question at the same time as well. What is it? It seemed he preferred the Magi for some reason. And the reason is that he saw something that was not there. And I mentioned he described the TARDIS, not the Magi. Who are always striving to get better and discover more. And better themselves. That is what I literally don't see in the Magi.
Yeah.
in the moment.
With those above, he saw a push for discovery and an ability to accomplish it.
Yeah, I see the opposite.
Hmm.
I see the only humans in there who are giving up on accomplishing anything. Well, they don't have to.
Stagnate is what you mean.
Yeah.
Okay.
But maybe Feather saw something the inner chance of having them. Maybe he saw one pony who was the exception.
Well, yeah, he did. He actually was watching a student that was reading through some textbook that created holographic sigils of some kind, which showed that pony's interest in learning. And he saw another one that was playing music, which was also a pursuit of a craft, which is also a form of discovery.
Yeah.
He saw another classroom that not clear what they were teaching, but the teacher walked through a painting and ended up inside the painting and continued walking the horizon from there. But most of them were playing and doing something fun in the area they were at. Playing with each other too, instead of more separately and independent holographic simulations and all that.
Necessarily come to mind when this was one teacher. You might not know what they were teaching at the moment. But yeah, he literally just saw the exception, not the big picture that every pony has is just
Okay.
and we know what happens to them later on. We saw what it leads to. They strive to become better. Have I watched or watched anime? Yes. I am now following Apothecary Diaries that I, for one, obviously I couldn't react to.
24, 6.
Other than that, not really because I was working most of the time if I wasn't trading here. But yeah, there was a lot of Cloudbag talk here. And once again, I'm curious what the Earthbound beings talk about. How they will react when they wake up. And, you didn't sleep with us.
Yeah, they slept in the sky, where it's a little more isolated, away from the crowds that Feather's not accustomed to.
One Piece, okay, let me ask Koala. Jujutsu Kaisen, I have seen all of them. One Piece, I am on the last episode that are out, so. Those are all just on the waiting list that, when is the next episode coming? If it's coming. Also, no, wait, I haven't seen the GK movie. But I have seen the episode. But that's when they were coming out. I mean, I will definitely try. That is what I can tell you. I will try. I mean, even maybe Metal Fight. Metal Fight? This series of maybe is literally competent in some countries. And some people don't even see the videos anymore, sadly. For them, these videos don't even exist. But yeah, I will try at least one or two episodes, and then we will see if YouTube will let me or not.
Fair enough.
Getting more sense public excuse. I wonder who is right. I wonder if Rex is gonna be the villain or not. How is he? We don't actually know. We don't have any proof of anything yet. I was just thinking, oh, maybe. I mean, yeah, that happens, that happens. There are people who are jealous and or just having mad will. We can't do anything about that. Some people hate fun. But yeah, I will probably say tomorrow you will see an episode. And also, we are ending. Oh yeah, one thing is gonna be changing. I'm gonna say it in the stream as well. But only for today. There's one thing changing. The next ending is not in 2 days, but tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Because in 2 days my sister is coming. I mean, tomorrow my sister is coming and sleeping here, and I don't wanna make her.
Thanks for the heads up. I did mark it down on the wrong date then. Which
Do I
means
like
22 hours, 33 minutes from now.
Do I like Gojo more or Sukuna? If I'm a fan of Min, I would say most of them, but I am not copying out. That's actually a tricky question. Like, but for one thing, I like villains most of the time more, so I'm gonna go with Sukuna. I don't know the whole story behind them, but for now, I'm gonna go with Sukuna because of his chaotic energy. I will leave Gojo to the grass. But they are not far from each other. Thank you for being here.
You're welcome. And thank you for the reading.
So yeah, see you today and tomorrow. Because today we will have some other justice as well. I have to literally change the title.
Okay.
But yeah, see you guys. Bye bye.
Bye bye.